It's basically a series of my videos ranging as far back as 2009 to the present day, 2011. Yeah, this is a series of about 12 music videos that I produce, yeah, over my inception, yeah, of doing music videos. So just hope everybody can look, listen, enjoy, and hope I get good feedback, and yeah.
Urban Wells from Beyond Timeless, and you might also know me from Positively Inclined. Today I'm featuring photography mainly, tourism photos of places, historical sites, tourism related shots basically. And the services range from marketing to graphic design, website development, photography, which is being featured right now, consulting, and this is the full spectrum of marketing services. So check us out, beyondtimeless.com, and for Positively Inclined, which is the website focused on promoting positive people, lifestyles, entertainment, news, you can log on to positivellyinclined.com.
My name is Clayton Huggins. I'm a poet, painter, furniture designer, radio host. This is a copy of my book, my first collection of poems, and the cover is a detail from one of my paintings. I'm from here in the Federation in Nevis, but spent most of my life in Toronto, where I, among other things, went to the Toronto School of Art. I also host a program on Win FM called On the Arts, where I interview artists of all descriptions about their work.
My name is Austin Reeves. I'm the General Manager of the Craft House, also known as the National Handicraft and Cottage Industry. At the Craft House, we specialize in craft production in a number of disciplines. As you can see here, we have pottery, we have leather craft, coconut craft, we do dolls, rattan dolls, and a variety of craft items. As I said, we do training on occasion, a number of workshops are held, and from there we pass on the training to school children and even if the public on occasion. We do, our last workshop we had was a pottery workshop, and that's been going guns, great guns. I've seen where some of the participants continued and just excelled really in the art of pottery. We also do at the Craft House a lot of curtain rods and holders. We have a joinery workshop downstairs where we do furniture and things like that, but on special orders, right? But our main focus is on craft production in, as I said, a number of disciplines, whether it's pottery, coconut, leather, cloth, dolls, the whole works really. We're the largest local craft producer in St. Kitts, Nevis for that matter.
My name is Siobhan Richards, and I've been painting since high school. I did sexy art and Cambridge art. This piece is called Pop Pop, and it's an oil on canvas painting. And the story behind it is one of my friends, she had a chihuahua that she loved so much and it died. So I decided to paint a picture of the chihuahua and give it to her for her birthday. I just love art. I didn't paint for many years, so all of this stuff is fairly fresh. I didn't paint for like maybe 7 to 8 years, and then I just picked it back up again. So it's as if I'm starting over, but it's nice. I'm happy.
Black people invented the traffic lights, gas in the lane, the almanac, letterbox, the ironing board, lawnmowers, the clock, the pencil sharpener, the electric lamp, fountain pens, the mop, the shoe lasting machine, and so much more. Read up and feel proud.
I heard my name so boldly called by the most eloquent, grandiloquent Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, may I come in? I've traveled north, I've traveled south, I've traveled east, I've traveled west, but most of all, I love my native land the best. But before I go any further, help me welcome with proper decorum and order, with a rambunctious round of applause, Sharon Rattan, PS of Culture.
Welcome this evening to Culture Beat Evening. We welcome our distinguished Governor General, His Excellency Sir Cuthbert Sebastian. We welcome our ministers of government here with us this evening, Honorable Marcella Liebert, Minister of Health, Social Services, Community Development, Culture and Gender Affairs. We also welcome Honorable Nigel Carty, Minister of Education and Information. And from across our waters, our sister Isle, Minister Hensley Daniel. Honorable Minister Hensi Daniel, Minister of Culture and Social Transformation. We also welcome all members of the Diplomatic Corps, Ambassador Sao and Ambassador Green. How are you this evening? And we welcome the Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Sir Dwight Pennell, and the other staff members, Managing Director, Deputy Governor, and our special National Advisory Committee. Could you stand, please, members of our National Advisory Committee? These are the members of our National Advisory Committee for helping us going forward with this process. Thank you. Our permanent secretaries, and to you, our cultural enthusiasts and practitioners. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an event, a tour of our National Museum here this evening. It was only recently that cracks were revealed at the pediments of our National Museum. Everybody was so concerned that this structure would topple into the streets of Bastille. This is one of the reasons why we're here. We're here to give support and to help build more support mechanisms for other aspects of our culture. As we look at our museum and we take a walk down memory lane, we are going to go back to the Caribs, the petroglyphs, who helped us to learn about who we are. The Kalinagos, it helped us to know the Kalinagos were here before we were, and before Columbus lost his way, sailing west and then came east.
Columbus lie, lie. He say he discover the whole of St. Christopher and Nevis, but he never tell anybody how the Caribs them came here long before he. Columbus lie, Columbus lie, Columbus lie.
welcome to our Culture Beat interview, weekly interviews. And this evening, my guest is Mr. Crichton Pension, Director of Culture. And he will be telling us some more about these national policy consultations. Mr. Pension, why is it important for us to have a national cultural policy?
Well, a national cultural policy is very important because it sets out a structure, a framework within which people who operate in the culture sector can function and can operate. It provides them with an opportunity to build capacity, to strengthen their artistic expressions.
So whilst that is important, what then is the purpose of these consultations?
It is really to ensure the full participation and involvement of all stakeholders and organizations and groups in a series of meetings which will be held both on St. Kitts and on Nevis. These meetings would be designed to engage the stakeholders, and we have on board with us Sidney Bartley of Jamaica, who is our consultant, and he will be conducting these meetings with all stakeholders.
Thank you. So what would be the outcome of all of these consultations?
The feedback from all these consultations would be factored into the drafting of a national cultural policy. That draft would then be sent back to us for further review and evaluation. And then, of course, it would be sent back to the consultant who would, of course, take into considerations all the recommendations from the review and submit to us a national cultural policy, which hopefully will be endorsed by Cabinet and ratified and into a full-fledged national cultural policy for St. Kitts and Nevis.
Now that you have enlightened us, Mr. Pension, when can we expect these consultations to begin?
In late July to early August. And I'm hoping that all stakeholders will take the opportunity to make use of the opportunity to make your input. Don't wait until the policy is already drafted for you to say, well, you didn't involve me. You know how our people like to say they were not consulted. This is your opportunity. So listen out for the times and places for these consultations and make sure that you make your input into these consultations, which of course would be factored into the final draft document.
And a word to all of the cultural enthusiasts and practitioners, do not forget those consultations. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Minister Carty will be invited to the stage to share his perspective.
The Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis continues to benefit immensely from UNESCO's unique expertise and capacity building facilities that are continually being offered to us. The support is reflected in UNESCO's programs covering in broad terms the scope and objectives specifically defined in its mandate, and which include a commitment to the development and preservation of the cultural heritage of member countries and their peoples. I want to take this opportunity to reaffirm the inherent relevance of UNESCO's mandate in this key area of culture and the need for the agency to help us address our specific challenges as a small island developing state. Given the recent regional and global trends and challenges, we believe that UNESCO, along with other UN agencies, needs to reassert itself in its role in building and strengthening frameworks for peace building among nations and among their citizens within member states by promoting dialogue amongst civilizations. Culture is one of the media through which such a dialogue must take place. This interchange will have the impact of promoting and protecting cultural diversity, including the preservation of our most precious resources, our tangible and intangible cultural assets. the promotion of cultural diversity and intercultural dialogue is one of UNESCO's principal objectives and defining areas in its medium-term strategy. It benefits from a unique positioning and placement in the multilateral system, armed with the objective of assisting small vulnerable states with challenges and opportunities like ours. The discussion of the elaboration of a national cultural policy for St. Kitts and Nevis comes at a point when we are grappling with the fallout of the most severe financial, economic, and even social crisis of our time. I wish to highly commend the Honourable Minister, Marcella Liebert, our Minister responsible for culture and social development, among other things, for so quickly getting around to the task of making significant strides in this critically important area. Minister Liebert, I think, recognizes that at such a time like this, we need to engage the full potential, academic, artistic, creative, inventive, athletic, technological potential of all our people if we are to continue to exist as a prosperous people and a viable nation. It has been theorized among some economists that small states like ours, with an extreme paucity of human and natural resources, are fast becoming completely unviable as economic entities. The economic growth poles of the future, we are told by these economists, are where there are millions and millions of people coupled with great physical size and an abundance of natural resources. China, India, Brazil, countries like those come very easily to mind. Our survival depends on our ability to carve out a space for ourselves, and we must explore and positively exploit those resources we have in relative abundance. I see the development of a national cultural policy, therefore, as a means of harnessing the potential of our people, young persons in particular, in a strategically focused way. We must not only perceive this national cultural policy as an opportunity for the performing arts practitioners, but we ought to see it more in a holistic way, as an integral component of our national development strategy. We must use the policy to identify, develop, and market the talents of our young people. We must use it to change attitudes and reform behavior. We must use